All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, welcome back.
This time, we are going to be talking about saving you some money at the grocery store.
Yeah, making that dollar stretch further. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
This is all about bulk buying.
Bulk buying basics.
Yes,
Yeah.
bulk buying basics. And we're going to be figuring out together, like, what foods should you actually buy in bulk?
Right.
What foods should you not buy in bulk?
Exactly.
And just like how to make this work for you so you can save the most money and
Yeah,
reduce food waste and all that good stuff.
absolutely. So when you think about bulk buying, a lot of people think about, those big old bags of rice or, those giant tubs of oats.
Yeah.
But it's really about being strategic and knowing which items will actually save you money in the long run.
Right. And, I think the biggest thing for me is like, I always see these giant bags of rice and I think, oh, that's so much cheaper.
Right.
But then I'm like, will I actually eat all of that before it goes bad?
Yeah. Exactly. And that's where, we're going to kind of break down the different categories of foods and really help you understand like when it makes sense to buy in bulk and when it might not be the bad idea.
Okay. So let's dive into the specifics.
Right.
What are some foods that are like no-brainers when it comes to buying in bulk?
Okay. So when we're talking about bulk buying superstars, grains are definitely at the top of the list.
Okay.
Things like brown rice millet, barley oats.
Okay. Those are good ones.
These are all pantry staples that have a really long shelf life.
Yeah.
As long as you store them properly.
Right.
And you can save a significant amount of money by buying them in those larger quantities.
And so when you say store them properly, I'm assuming like airtight containers.
That's tight containers, absolutely. That's key.
Okay.
You want to keep out moisture and pests.
Yeah. You don't want little bugs getting in there.
Nobody wants that.
No. All right. So we got grains.
Yes.
What else is good to buy in bulk?
So moving beyond grains, beans and lentils are another fantastic option.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're incredibly versatile, packed with protein and fiber, and just like grains, they have a long shelf life.
That's true. I feel like I always have like a half-open bag of lentils in the back of my pantry.
And think about all the amazing meals you can make with them.
Yes, lentil soup.
Yes, lentil soup chili.
Oh, bean chili.
Bean chili, all kinds of salads.
Oh, yeah, you can add them to salads too.
Absolutely.
So many possibilities.
So many. And you're saving money, you're reducing packaging waste. It's a win-win.
Okay, I'm sold on the beans and lentils.
All right, good.
What about nuts?
Nuts. That's where things can get a little bit trickier.
Okay.
Because some nuts are better suited for bulk buying than others.
Interesting.
So, for example, walnuts and pecans,
Yeah.
they have a higher oil content,
Okay.
which makes them more prone to going rancid quickly.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. So if you're a big walnut or pecan fan,
Yeah.
it's probably best to buy them in smaller quantities.
Okay.
Now, almonds, cashews, peanuts.
Yeah. They tend to have a longer shelf life, making them better choices for bulk purchases.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's really all about like the fat content.
Yeah, the fat content definitely plays a role.
Okay.
But even with nuts that have a longer shelf life,
Yeah.
it's still important to store them properly.
Right.
So airtight containers, again, are your best friend.
Airtight containers.
Yes. And you can even freeze nuts to further extend their shelf life.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, so if you find a really good deal on almonds,
Okay.
stock up and throw some in the freezer.
And then that way you can have them for like way longer.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got grains, beans, lentils, nuts.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would add to that list of like bulk buying must-haves?
Dried fruit is another one that often gets overlooked.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It's great for snacking, adding to trail mixes, or even baking.
Yeah.
And it lasts for a really long time.
And it's so expensive. Those little tiny boxes of raisins are so expensive.
Exactly. So if you're someone who enjoys dried fruit, buying in bulk can save you a lot of money there.
That's a good point.
And you know what's interesting about all the foods we've talked about so far?
What's that?
They're all pantry staples.
Yeah, that's true.
They're things that you're probably already using regularly in your cooking.
Right.
So buying them in bulk not only saves you money,
Yeah.
but it also just makes sense from a convenience standpoint.
Right. You don't have to go to the store as often.
Exactly. You've always got those ingredients on hand,
That's a good point.
ready to go.
So I'm loving all these tips for saving money, but
Yeah.
I also want to make sure that we're not sacrificing nutrition in the process.
Absolutely.
Like, are these bulk buys actually good for you?
That's the best part.
Okay.
Not only are these foods budget-friendly,
Yeah.
they're also incredibly nutritious.
That's awesome.
We're talking whole grains packed with fiber and nutrients.
Yeah?
Beans and lentils loaded with protein and fiber.
Okay.
Nuts and seeds providing healthy fats and antioxidants.
So you're saving money and you're actually eating healthier.
It's a win-win for your wallet and your health.
I love it.
So, if you're looking to make healthier choices and stretch your budget further,
Yeah.
bulk buying these staples is a fantastic way to do both.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better about, stocking up on all these things.
Good.
Because I was a little bit worried that it might be like, oh, I'm just going to be eating rice and beans all the time.
Right.
Which I do love rice and beans, but,
yeah.
I want to have some variety.
But it's not just about rice and beans.
Yeah.
I mean, think about all the amazing meals you can create with these ingredients.
That's true.
You can make hearty lentil soups.
Yeah.
Flavorful bean chili.
Yes.
You can add nuts and seeds to your oatmeal or yogurt for a boost of protein and healthy fats.
That's true.
The possibilities are really endless.
Okay, I'm convinced.
Good.
So any final words of wisdom before we wrap things up?
I think the biggest takeaway here is that bulk buying can be a fantastic strategy for saving money and reducing waste.
Yeah.
But it's all about being strategic and thoughtful.
Right.
Don't just blindly buy everything in bulk because it looks like a good deal.
Right.
Really consider your needs, your consumption habits,
Yeah.
your storage space.
That's a good point.
And make sure you're choosing items that, you'll actually use and enjoy.
Absolutely. And I think, starting small is probably a good idea.
Yes, definitely start small, experiment.
Yeah.
See what works for you.
And don't be afraid to try new things.
Exactly. Bulk bins can be a great way to discover new ingredients
That's true.
that you might not have tried before.
Yeah.
So go out there, explore, experiment, and find what works best for you.
That's great advice. I love it.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of bulk buying.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure having you here, and I feel like I learned a lot, and hopefully our listeners did too.
Yeah.
So until next time, happy shopping, everyone.
Happy shopping.
And may your pantries be full and your wallets be happy.
Absolutely.
All right.